you believe that America should be a colorblind society?
I
For instance, should people be treated differently based on their race? It's just a yes or no question.
It's not a yes or no question.
It's a yes or no question.
It is a, as I said in the beginning of my testimony, America
yes or
has
no
not
is
done
fine.
right by
Should
indigenous
people-
peoples, by black people, by Asian American and Pacific Islander
Should people
people.
be treated differently based on their race? Yes or no?
People should receive the services and the support and the remedies that
So
are
your answer
owed to
is
them.
that they should be treated differently based on their race.
They should receive the remedies that are owed to them because of the systemic racism
Do you
and
believe
injustice.
do you believe that race should be considered in employer hiring practices?
I do not believe that white people are the only qualified people for jobs.
I didn't say that. Nobody said that. I asked you if race should be considered in employer hiring practices. And you're not going to intimidate me by slandering me as a racist.
You're also, I did not call you a racist.
No,
You're not
you
going to
implied it,
intimidate
though.
me
You
by
implied it.
insisting
I'm
that I
asking
called you a
straightforward
racist.
question. It's a yes or no question. Should race be considered in employer hiring practices? Yes or no?
I believe that diversity ought to be considered as companies and other organizations attempt to
So race
reflect
should.
their
So I'll take
customers,
that as a yes.
our country.
I'll take that as a yes. Which race do you think should be preferred?
I do not think that a single race should be preferred.
Well, you just said that you believe that race should be considered in employer hiring practices.
I don't know. There's going to be a transcript of this hearing. I didn't say that in that way.
Okay, why don't you explain what you believe?
What I
Very
said
briefly.
and what I believe is that the demographic composition of workplaces,
Which
our
is-
nation's military,
by
and
demographic
so on,
composition-
our Congress ought to reflect the diversity of the United
racial
States of
demographic
America.
composition. Racial demographic, is that what you're saying?
Racial, gender,
Okay, so race should be a factor in employer hiring practices. Yeah, that's what you're saying, is it not?
organizations ought to attempt to match the diversity of
you're
their.
hopping around the question.
No,
you don't want to
I am
answer it.
answering quite straightforwardly,
Who
as a
gets
matter
to
of fact.
determine which races are preferred?
I already told you I don't have a single racial group.
You just told me that you believe that the racial demographic makeup should be taken into account in hiring practices.
And it should be reflected in all levels of companies and other
Okay,
organizations.